Hey, good morning, folks. I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. A couple of things to talk about. Um, Me and a few buddies, meteorology, have been doing it a couple of minutes. We've noticed that people are calling this cold front coming through from the northeast today a pneumonia front. I think just kind of trying to be cute in the fact that, you know, we're going to be fairly warm until this cold front comes through. But us meteorologists all along for years and years have called it what we call a backdoor cold front. Most of the cold fronts come from the northwest or the west, somewhere in there. Occasionally, we get one that comes in from the northeast, and that will be the case. And so you'll see it clearly on my weather maps today. Chloe Valentine, no, it's not Friday yet. It's Friday somewhere, probably. All right, so satellite today showing rain along the southern fringes of the state, and then clear skies through the northern 2/3 of lower Michigan for the most part. And then you see that arcing area of cloudiness up to the north across Lake Superior heading southward. That is the backdoor cold front that we're going to have move through the area. Here's a look at the radar. And again, you might have just a sidewalk freckle or two from some sprinkles in the far southern part of the state next hour or two, but that should be about it. I wanted to show you on the surface map here that you could see that cold front up across southern Canada and across Lake Superior, and that will be heading south during the day. It probably will not set off any precipitation. That's one of the things about these backdoor cold fronts is that they come in dry usually. Hey, good morning, Grass Lake, and good morning, Jennifer Webster from Waterford. Muskegon, you'll get the backdoor cold front later this afternoon, although it brings a northeasterly wind. So you feel it most on the east side of the state. So let's get into it. The radar forecast shows you that we really won't expect any precipitation with this. Once in a while, the thumb gets an isolated shower or two on it. Watch the wind direction as we go through the day today. We're at noon today, and the wind is switched to the north, up around Rogers City and Sheboygan and Petoskey, and coming to Traverse City about 1 or 2 this afternoon. And then, boom, dramatic drop in temperature. And look at the wind pick up as the backdoor cold front comes down the Saginaw Bay, 4 o'clock this afternoon. So this is one of those afternoons where lunchtime in Bay City might be quite warm, might feel 70, 75-ish, maybe 80 in the sunshine near a building. And then about 4 in the afternoon, boom, you put the winter coat on, literally. And so then that backdoor cold front by 7 this evening down toward the Detroit area, and you get some cooling off of Lake Huron too. Maybe coming through Grand Rapids at that time. And notice the green areas. That's the stronger winds working their way down Lake Michigan and then pushing that backdoor cold front into the Chicago area. And all of us get a northeast wind established for Wednesday, and that's what cools us off. So you can see it clearly here on the hour by hour temperature. So this is noon. And I think this is where it gets that folklore name of a pneumonia front, because your grandma, your mom said, "Hey, it's warm out, and then it turns really cold. You're going to catch a cold," and that's what this kind of situation will do. So at noontime, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s across lower Michigan, and then as the wind shifts, notice that colder air coming down. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So Traverse City, you could go from 72 at lunchtime to, a lot of times this kind of model will underestimate the coldness. So if you see 62, you might drop into the 50s. You might drop to 48 right in downtown Traverse City by late this afternoon. Look at Bay City and Saginaw on the thumb. Look at Port Huron, Port Austin. I'm sorry, Harbor Beach, 47-ish. And then as we go into the evening, that cold front and colder air comes off of Lake Huron and overtakes lower Michigan. So we do have a cooler day. Now, today could be about 80 degrees around Saginaw and Saginaw County. Otherwise, temperatures in the 70s. Tomorrow, 50s if you're lucky in Bay City and the Thumb, Oscoda, Augrey, Alpena, anywhere along the shoreline. Now, on the west side of the state, Grand Rapids, you cool down, but you don't get all of that full flow cold flow off of Lake Huron. And then Thursday, we're back up to about 70. And then Friday, we're near 80 in Ann Arbor and Detroit. As another cold front approaches from the northwest, cools us down for Saturday with showers around. Sunday back into the 70s. Monday 60s. Tuesday 70s to near 80. So we're going to be up and down because we're going to have a little bit of a temperature or a wind fluctuation, I should say. And what I wanted to show you is that we still have some isolated chances for frost. The best or the worst chance for frost, I guess I should say, Thursday morning, Saginaw, eastward into the Thumb, Flint, the Detroit area, northeast Detroit area, out in the suburbs that are out in the open, not in the heat island of downtown Detroit. Warmer as we head into the weekend, but not extremely warm. And then this model wants to show again next Monday a chance for 30s northern half of lower. But it does pretty much, although it's not a real warm forecast, it does show not extremely cooler temperatures next week. All right, one last thing to look at here. Let's look at when our next rain is. We're going to start to need a rain. It's the time of the year when we need a good solid rain once a week. And it looks like it's back to Friday into Saturday. So here we go. So here's our backdoor cold front, comes down. Remember, the cold air kind of backs in from the northeast. And then here's our actual storm system that we've been tracking now for about a week or more, with the timing only changing about 6 to 12 hours. Now going back to Friday. So this is Friday morning into early afternoon. Showers from northeast lower through Traverse City, Houghton Lake to approaching Grand Rapids. And then Friday evening, starting at late afternoon and evening, starting to come across northeast lower, Saginaw Valley, Grand Rapids to Kalamazoo. Then Friday night, and probably off by Saturday now. Okay. And fairly dry. Another one of these comes in next Tuesday. And that just shows you that we're in that area where we get glancing blows of chilly air. But some signs of that backing off. What happens with that kind of pattern is it kind of circulates around northeast Canada. We get a few cold fronts that back in, and then it shifts and the warmth comes toward us. And that's what we're seeing toward the Memorial Day weekend. Not extremely warm, not talking. We've had some Memorial Day weekends where southwest wind takes over and we get to 90. We're probably talking some of the days in the Memorial Day weekend, maybe being near 80, if not, in the 80s somewhat. So I'll show you. 6 to 10 day temperature forecast shows the cool pocket is wearing off, but we're still dry. And 8 to 14 day, May 23rd to 29th, the Weather Service starts to show that warmer air taking over in the northern half of the U.S., including Michigan. But again, not a signal of a barn burning warmth and warm up, just probably heading to maybe 5 degrees warmer than normal, which would put us in the upper 70s and low 80s. There you go. You asked, right? So recap. Pretty good day today, but a backdoor cold front comes down. So take a coat with you if you're planning on an afternoon or evening ride. Take a substantial coat because it can drop 20 degrees in just a matter of minutes, really. And then we'll watch for frost in the thumb and in the northeast part of Detroit on Thursday morning. And we're gradually getting there to settling into a summer pattern by the time we get to early June. So there's your MLive morning weather update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. Have yourselves a great Tuesday.